Welcome to another wonderful tutorial. This time we are in Florence. We're going to paint this iconic bridge. It's called Ponte Vecchio. And I'm on the bridge here and looking down the river here. The bridge is extremely old. It's been built in the 1340, um, and it's been designed by this guy called Taddeo Gaddi. I, I had no idea about this, but it has these three arches in the middle, and then there is lots of these little shops that are jewelry stores right now, but they used to be butcher shops and tanning companies, and they used to just throw everything down in the river. So we're gonna use this yellow My Mary. If you noticed in the pictures that you saw before, I mean in the video you saw before, um, the ponte, the bridge is basically yellowish. I'm gonna spare you the blue here with the sky. I'm gonna go a little fast here, fast forward. It's just, I'm just applying the blue here, nothing to see there. And I'm gonna use this, I think it's canary yellow. It's beautiful right out of the tube, but of course I mixed it a little bit. But it's that's really the the color of the bridge. And a lot of buildings in Florence actually have this color, which is a lovely yellow. It's kind of ochre too. And I'm just applying this so that the the facade is going to be really bright, because that's what happens when you go and visit the bridge, is that this facade always glows like being made of gold, literally. And those little shops are gold shops now. They sell jewelry or watches or um, other accessories. You can find all sorts of things there. And before, they used to be butcher shops, and it is kind of a myth legend that people used to walk on it and throw everything from the bridge down to the river, so it will be just washed out. This was, of course, a long time ago. I'm applying a little bit of brown here to make it shine even better, so the central area of the bridge really comes alive. So, um, and I'm starting to paint these little houses. There are going to be they have different colors, but not that many colors. I think there's a couple of red houses, and then um, I think a couple of white houses. The rest of them are this ochre yellow color. The downstairs of the bridge, I would say the structure of the bridge that holds the whole bridge, it's actually stone, and it's not made of the same materials that are up on the bridge. It's a very hard stone. I forgot what is it called, but it's um, it's used to build a lot of buildings in Florence, um, and it's really beautiful because it reflects on the water. And so another thing that I you probably already noticed is that these little houses are still today, they are being held up by wooden sticks. I'm really serious. They're just wooden sticks that are propping up those houses from falling down into the river. And every year almost there is a restoration effort for those wooden planks that are holding up these houses. And of course, they do all sorts of testing to see if the bridge is going to hold up, and it does. But it's kind of funny that even today it's all preserved exactly like it was uh, 800 years ago, and they still didn't replace anything. And I don't think they will ever replace those wooden planks. They might replace them, but made them exactly like they are right now. So they're going to actually mimic the wood like it was, which is quite a feat. The other interesting thing is that there are some houses which nobody really knows if somebody lives there. I don't think anybody lives there, but there are definitely rooms upstairs. Um, and they are probably some storage rooms for the jewelry shops. But who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually sleeps there. And the bridge is full of tourists, of course. It's a huge tourist attraction, and there is some of these houses also have little plants on their balconies. Yeah, there's balconies there, and people have chairs there. They can sit down. It's not for the public. It's for the store. Obviously, has those chairs, but they you can actually they go out there and they sit out there and watch the river. It's quite something. The other thing is the roof. It's just a simple roof, and it's two tiers. So there's one on the left, one on the right. And the interesting thing is that the Medici built something that's called um, the Vasari corridor, which was basically from the Medici had this big building, which is Palazzo della Signoria, which is where they held the government. And then they had a residence, which is called Palazzo Pitti. And the two are probably like a half a mile away from each other. And this bridge is right in the middle. And so, what they did in case of an insurrection or in case of some kind of unrest, they were able to connect their residence, the Palazzo Pitti, with the Palazzo della Signoria, which is where they were conducting their business, with a corridor, which it's it's like it's a hallway, and you can walk this half a mile, almost a half a mile, from one building to the other. And those little round windows that you see up on this bridge, that's exactly their corridor. And they were able to. It still works. You can still visit. You can book a tour, and you can walk from one building to the other across the river and never actually come in contact with the ground. And this was done on purpose, just in case something went down in the city. I'm assuming there was a lot of unrest in the city back then, so they had to protect themselves, and they had to build this corridor, which was probably used a lot to move from one building to the other without going down and mixing yourself with just people. Um, I'm guessing politicians and governors of the city were not very popular at that time, so they didn't even want to mix up with people in case of a repercussion or in case somebody was there to do something to them, which was quite common at that time. So I'm actually painting the water here. I'm giving it this effect of a shiny. The water is just shining through. It's very still. The water is still. It's not really flowing a lot, and that's how it is in Florence. The level of the water you see here, it's pretty low. It can get high all the way to the little houses if it's if it's like November, October, November, which is the rain season. But in this case, I wanted to paint just a regular season. There's a statue on the bridge, right in between the central um, the central arc over there. I forgot what the statue is about. Um, I think it's uh, it's bronze. It's a bronze statue, and here I'm trying to like render the little roofs. It's quite a feat because a lot of people walk on this bridge every day. People that live in Florence or they don't live in Florence, but they this is an extremely trafficked part of the city. Here I'm painting a red house. There's only a couple of them, but they're so cute. There's like um, that one might not be a jewelry store. It might actually be some kind of um, warehouse where they house all their jewelry. But as far as I know, they remove all the jewelry every night and then they bring it back. So there's no chance of anybody to steal anything. It'll be a shame. And this, what you see here, is only part of the bridge. I couldn't fit the whole thing in my painting. It's pretty big. So the two columns that are touching the water, there's two more. So there's three big arches, and you only see one and a half here. And there's more houses on each side. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do such a big painting. But I'm working on a big painting which will have the entire bridge plus the houses next to it. It's going to be a very long and narrow painting. We're going to do it in stages so that you can see everything because um, this being a bridge, it wouldn't fit well neither in a video nor on paper. So I'm going to do like stages. I'm just applying some shadows here on the roof. It's coming out quite nicely. And I also painted some landscape behind it because actually you can see um, a landscape behind it. So if you look down the Ponte Vecchio and you look through those arches, you can see a little bit of Tuscany there. It's quite magic because the river turns after this bridge, the river turns left. And so what's behind it, it's not the river itself, but it's actually landscape. So that's always very nice to see there. It makes it more Tuscan, so to speak. I'm applying some more shadows here. And these little houses are so magical. I have hundreds of pictures of this bridge, and I want to make a really nice video about the whole thing. This is just a small. This watercolor is probably in inches. It could be like I don't know 7 by 4, something like that. But I want to make a big one, maybe like a couple of feet long. So in centimeters, it's this one is like 15 centimeters by 7, and but I want to make one that's probably like 60 centimeter long, so that you can see all the details. It's also difficult to make details here because it's a very small painting, but I like it small like this because it's easy to make, it's fast, so I can make a really nice video about it. Um, and here it is. This is the Ponte Vecchio. Let's do some more shadows down here. Um, there's also a boat service. There's a boat on the river that you can book, and you can go under the bridge and you can kind of slide with the boat. And there is also a tour guide on the boat that sings um, while the tourists are looking at the bridge from below. Um, and there's other tour guides that have tours with this boat. It's quite something. The boat is a rowboat. There's no engine or anything. It's just one guy rowing, which is quite something. And here it is. This is um, pretty cute. I'm gonna leave you with this beautiful bridge. You can admire it. You can Google it if you will. It's quite an engineering marvel from the 13th century. It has not always had all these houses on it. It slowly grew into this, especially with the corridor. I think the top part has been added later. It's very difficult to tell because there is no documents that um, in somehow document what this bridge was before and had become today. And it's quite understandable because in the 14th and 15th century, architecture wasn't that it wasn't something that would be documented, so it's quite hard. But if you ever come to Florence, you certainly will visit this beautiful bridge. Down the street, if you come There is many beautiful stores you can stop by. There is stores with clothing. There is stores with um, there's especially a store that I really like. It's they sell wooden things made of olive wood. So basically, they carve things from olive wood. It's it's a very hard wood, and but I spoke with one of the people that sell them, and they basically said the price is not the fact that the wood is difficult to find, because actually it's very easy to find olive wood in Italy, and a lot of people cut olive trees because they get sick or they are too old, or they just cannot grow properly, and so they give this wood away almost for free. um, but it's incredibly hard to carve. If you have something out of olive wood, that's gonna last you forever. So it's actually a very cool buy if you buy anything from carved out of olive wood. And here I'm trying to make these plants a little bit better, adding some shadows. Um, some people have entire trees on these balconies. It's it's quite a thing. I wish I had taken a picture of these little details and posted it here. Maybe in the other video that I'm gonna make, um, the video that is that's gonna have the entire bridge. Some more shadows here, so it shows um, that the houses are separated from the from the bridge, and they literally hang like that. Well, here it is. This is Ponte Vecchio. If you like and subscribe, this will really help me. I don't do this to be monetized at all. I just do it because I like painting and it motivates me, so I can put it out on YouTube, and I can share it with other people, because beauty is supposed to be shared, not it's not supposed to be kept for yourself. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.